Our goal is to find the height of the tree, which is the absolute value of the displacement of y. We know that this is a horizontal projectile problem due to the problem stating that the nut slipped away horizontally. First, we draw a representation of the problem as seen on the left. Make sure to label your knowns on your representation. Our knowns in this case are, in the x direction, acceleration as 0 meters per second, displacement of x is 18.6 centimeters as stated in the problem, and we are also told that the nut started with a velocity of 10 centimeters per second in the x direction. The y values that we know also include acceleration due to gravity, which is negative 9.8 meters per second, and since it is let go horizontally, initial y velocity is 0. Now that we have identified our knowns, we need to use the correct equations. The best equations in this case would be displacement x equals vit, because acceleration of x is 0, so we can ignore the second half of the equation, which is displacement x equals vixt plus 1/2 at squared. And we would use displacement y equals 1/2 ayt squared, since the initial velocity of y is 0, which allows us to ignore the first part of the equation. Now that we have identified the correct equations, we can plug in the knowns. First, we need to use the displacement x formula to find the time, since we know displacement x equals 18.6 centimeters and initial velocity equals 10 centimeters per second. We then divide 18.6 by 10 to find the time of 1.86 seconds. Now we can plug time into the displacement y formula to find the displacement of y. So, plugging in the knowns, we know that displacement y equals 1/2 of a negative 9.8 meters per second squared times 1.86 seconds squared. We must convert 9.8 meters per second squared to centimeters per second squared, since those are the units of our displacement of x. We can do this by multiplying the negative 9.8 times 10 squared, which is 100. Once you multiply these factors together, you should get a negative 16.95 meters. However, since we are measuring the height of the tree and not how far that the nut fell, you would take the absolute value of this to find the height of the tree. So, your height would be 16.95 meters tall.